Hi, hello, welcome to Spell Day. We're covering a spell every single day of the year from the 5e PHB +3. Those +3 spells are homebrew spells. We're at +1 at the moment. Getting back in the playlist to find it. And today's spell is Planar Binding. Planar Binding.
I'm not letting go. Nothing will stop me. Not even.
5th level abjuration, cast a time of 1 hour, range of 60 feet, components verbal somatic material, a jewel worth at least 1,000 gold pieces, which the spell consumes, duration 24 hours. With this spell, you attempt to bind a celestial, an elemental, a fae, or fiend to your service. The creature must be within range for the entire casting of the spell. Typically, the creature is first summoned into the center of an inverted magic circle in order to keep it trapped while the spell is cast. At the completion of the casting, the target must make a charisma saving throw. On a failed save, it is bound to serve you for the duration. If the creature was summoned or created by another spell, that spell's duration is extended to match the duration of the spell. Bound creature must follow your instructions to the best of its ability. You might command the creature to accompany you on an adventure, to guard a location, or to deliver a message. The creature obeys the letter of your instructions, but if the creature is hostile to you, it strives to twist your words to achieve its own objectives. If the creature carries out your instructions completely before the spell ends, it travels to you to report this fact. If you are on the same plane of existence, if you are on a different plane of existence, it returns to the place where you bound it and remains there until the spell ends. At higher levels, when you cast a spell using a spell slot of a higher level, the duration increases to 10 days with a 6th level spell slot, to 30 days with a 7th level spell slot, to 180 days with an 8th level spell slot, and to a year and a day with a 9th level spell slot. I mean, go to yesterday's episode, this is gonna be busted. Alright, a little expensive, hard to cast, and it even gives you tips on how to pull it off, because it's a bit difficult. Because if anything is hostile towards you or not under your control or summoned for an hour, the moment that you need that magic circle, essentially. Either to keep it here, or to stop it from killing you. 1,000 gold pieces is a bit pricey, but for the effect? For the initial 5th level effect, 24 hours... Depending on the entity, that can be a bit decent. But not too many. Because really when it comes to this spell is best at higher levels, which I'm happy for. I'm happy that upcasting is actually worth it in this case. 6th level, pretty decent if you're just changing a basic water elemental, but how many water elemental summons work for an hour? Okay, we're gonna touch on that first before the higher levels. So yeah, that main issue, that main feature, is when a conjured creature, normally from spells, they rarely last an entire hour. Some of them do, but not all of them. That now limits the spells that actually can be comboed with this, in the sense that you summon something with another spell, then you immediately begin casting this. There's also the question of the first round you summon that creature technically counts as the first 6 seconds of that hour, so even if it lasts an hour, the spell ends. That like they'll disappear right before Planar Binding hits in. I don't know. Then, you know, you could have a forgiving DM to an extent interpret it like, technically while the spell's being cast, they're still stuck here, just to make it work with more spells. That's how at least I would rule it. But base 24 hours, it depends the entity and the spell you're combining it with. However, the later levels. 10 days, pretty decent. 30 days, not too bad, not too shabby. 180 days, now we're talking, and then a year and a day. Hello, 9th level. Remember how, like, the one downside, if we are going with the most broken version of Planar Ally, was the 10-day limit? You've just passed it. Yes, it's bound to the service of you, which Planar Ally might not work with, depending the entity. And depending the entity, they don't have a choice. Because if you do have the because if you set up the inverted magic circle scenario, wait. That stops travel. That stops interplanar travel. So does this spell confirm that inverted magic circle even stops summoned creatures? And thus other spells that stop teleportation and planar travel also keep summoned creatures where they are? That's a question for the comments. Because then how else would this spell work? Anyway, the day thing. Because yeah, if you can trap something from Planar Ally, and then you cast this on them, oh no! Oh no! If it's the 10 out of 10 version of Planar Ally, oh my god! But this is a spell that's also a combo spell, as in, without some identity to use this on, or summoning spell, it's useless. You need a target for any of the actual benefit or effects to work, because this isn't this isn't technically an ability or damage. It isn't a summon spell itself either, it's just tacking on to other summon spells. Making them way better, but only tacking on. So really the full potential of Planar Binding we can only judge to whatever you're binding. And how easy it is to bind. Because the price doesn't change. The price is always that 1,000 gold piece jewel. So at a high level spellcaster, 9th level casting that? Man. Not to mention, oh, you could pull a Ghostbusters. So not necessarily the power packs, but I forget what it's called. It's the trap box that they have that they throw down on the ground. You can set up you can put this in Glyph of Warding. Glyph of Warding breaks a ton of things, but you could set this in Glyph of Warding and have a landmine that traps something there, especially if it's 9th level, for a year. And you could have part of the order is, oh yeah, welcome to your first day on the job. My first order of business for you is, in about 360 days, I want you to be standing on this spot. Done. That's cheesing it a bit, but anything with Glyph of Warding is cheesing. Also depends on the setting, what's cheese and not. I'm saying cheese a lot. But up to the entity, up to the setting, similar to yesterday's spell. Planar Ally, by the way, if you're wondering. 9 out of 10! For what it's doing, or its full potential, it's not that bad of a gold cost. And its initial level, yeah, it's not too worth it, but its later levels, even the 8th level spell, even the 7th level, those are 6 even can be used. Those are good. Those are really good. Being able to extend anything to 24 hours is already nice. That's why Sorceress ability works on extending duration, but then being able to jump it up to so long. It's not 10 out of 10 though. Just because of the extra restrictions and having to set this up, and it's bound to you, so it might be difficult to trap something, and the hassle around it. It's amazing in any case though. 9 out of 10.